Hey, it's Aaron, and welcome to my Craigslist 2015 update video, okay? So if you're coming from my main training video on my YouTube channel, and I directed you here through the annotation, my suggestion is to go back to that video after you're done watching this video, because all of that information in that video is still solid information. However, I'm going to talk about some of the changes that have happened on Craigslist since that time. So maybe you'll be able to use and implement that information a lot easier, okay? So again, if you're coming from my main video, once you're done watching this, go back to that video. And if you're coming to this video first, then of course go to that video as well as soon as you're done watching this, okay? Alright, so let's talk about the new rules Craigslist has implemented since the time of that video, okay? So basically what happened over the course of 2014 and continuing into even 2015 now is basically they started to remove HTML. Well, some HTML, and I'm going to show you what I mean by some. But basically what I mean is you can't embed photos into Craigslist anymore, and that actually happened back in 2013, okay? So the big change in 2014 was the no links, and that was the reason for my major update in the Craigslist Master Blueprint. In fact, it's what inspired the Craigslist Master Blueprint entirely. And if you don't know what that is, that's my advanced Craigslist training program, which went on to sell over 360 copies last year, and then I closed it to the public thereafter. Okay, but that's beyond the point or scope of this video. So the new thing that they've implemented is you're no longer allowed to use the words copy and paste. So even if you put your URL in your description, you can't even use the words copy and paste into your browser, because now Craigslist has even banned that word. However, I'm going to show you a workaround to this in a minute here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off this slide and I'm going to go over to a live ad of mine and show you pretty much, what it would look like, okay? Okay, here I am on Craigslist, and you can see I just posted this ad about a half hour ago. And this is a typical ad that I would post nowadays. So you can see that the link is still in here, yet it's non-clickable. And what I tell them to do is I say, note, this link is non-clickable. Please paste into your browser. Thank you. And I put 2 P's, okay? I don't even put copy and paste. I just put paste. I'm not even sure, to tell you the truth, if you could just put paste by itself. I've always just played it safe and just put the double P into all of my ads, okay? Generally speaking, I actually put this closer to the link. I messed up the space here, but that's really just a minor detail. So, I mean, this is basically what a typical ad in the free section looks like for me nowadays, okay? And one other thing is Craigslist has like a whole list of blacklisted URL shorteners, okay? So you need to go out there and find really obscure URL shorteners for yourself and that are still available, okay? Preferably ones with customizable links so that you can actually write something a little bit more enticing here. And alternatively, what you should have is your own domain. Of course, that would be the best way to go. That being said, we all know, though, putting the same domain in all your ads is going to get you into a lot of trouble as well. So you're always going to need different subfolders to run off of your own domain anyway. However, having your own domain definitely helps an incredible amount. It just gives you a much more professional look to your ads, and it just entices to click a whole hell of a lot more, okay? So I just wanted to give you an example of what one of my ads looks like. Now I'm going to jump back over onto my slide and wrap this up and tell you the things you really need to be focusing on in order to maximize your Craigslist ads in 2015. So here we are with a list of ways I've come up with to maximize Craigslist in 2015 with all the new limitations in place, okay? So it's important to understand that all the new rules affect advertisers, but not the users, okay? Not your prospects. So there's no real reason to think that the quality of your traffic coming from Craigslist is going to drop off. You just need to work around these limitations that Craigslist is putting on us as marketers and push through, okay? So, if you are going to use images, you have to use Craigslist's upload image. And when you do this, don't use spammy looking images. Use very professional, enticing images, okay? You want to give a very professional appearance on Craigslist, okay? Another thing is, if you can, use bullet points whenever possible, okay? They are very appealing and they get the point across a hell of a lot faster than written text in sentences. Notice these bullet points right here versus the text at the top of the slide, okay? Which would you rather read, right? Okay? Bullet points are very strong, especially in Craigslist, all right? The next thing is the biggest thing, okay? So the third point is the strongest point I can make to you, and that is have very strong and compelling ad copy, okay? Don't skimp out on your ad copy. Come up with templates that you design and use them effectively, because you want to give your prospects a reason to want to copy and paste that link into their browser. It was a whole lot easier before, when all they had to do was click that link, but now they actually have to go the extra step and copy and paste it. Trust me, people are lazy. So if you don't give them a really, really good reason to do this, then you're going to lose that prospect for good, okay? And the bottom thing is include a phone number if you can, okay? Depending on what kind of business you're running, you know, obviously just putting your phone number in there is the solution to all of this, really. I mean, if you're not afraid to pick up the phone and talk to your prospects, I mean, first of all, if you're doing like MLM or network marketing or freebie marketing or whatever you're doing, this is the easiest way to get them in the doors anyway. Okay, and there's one final thing that I didn't want to put in here in this slide, but it's the one huge takeaway that I want to give you before I end this video, and that is to diversify your traffic, okay? Don't just solely rely on Craigslist as your only traffic source. It should only be one component of your traffic strategy, okay? A lot of people get caught up with Craigslist, and you know, when Craigslist stops working or for whatever reason, or they just can't figure it out, they get really bent out of shape and frustrated and stressed out. And I mean, if you have multiple forms of traffic, you'll never really have to worry about that, okay? This is actually the reason that I moved away from Craigslist. Now, I didn't move away entirely, but for the later half of 2014, I did move off of Craigslist and into YouTube, because YouTube is the biggest traffic juggernaut out there at the moment. I don't care what anybody else says. I mean, YouTube just is a massive monster when it comes to traffic generation, okay? Now, I don't want to get too far into any of that, but I'm just saying it does help no matter what you are doing online or offline even, to diversify your traffic, okay? So search engine traffic, pay-per-click traffic, Craigslist traffic, you know, free advertising methods, press releases, social media, whatever you can do. I mean, the more you diversify your portfolio of traffic, the better off you're going to be, especially if one of those traffic streams dries up on you. Now, that being said, Craigslist is still a traffic monster, and it should definitely still be a staple in your traffic generation strategy if you've seen great results in the past, okay? There's no reason to quit Craigslist, at least not yet. They're making it harder and harder by the day, it seems, but, you know, it's still very easy to pull in hundreds and hundreds of leads in a single day from Craigslist. Okay, so with that being said, I want to close this with a thank you for watching this video. Again, after you've done this, I would highly suggest going to my main training video from last year, because that'll go over the rules of posting and how to get your ads to effectively stick in your local area. And by local area, I mean in a 500-mile radius of where you are right now. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope you check out that video. And if you thought this video was at all helpful or useful to you, please leave a like or a comment, or even go as far as subscribing to this channel, because I do plan on updating this channel regularly from here on out. So thank you, and I hope to see you again real soon.